It's the Soul Fantasy Show. Soul Fan Show. Hey, it's the Soul Fantasy Show live for June 23rd, 2021. Going over the top picks, plays, and studs for Draftkings and Fanduel. We got Atlanta somehow made their way in there. Beating the 76ers versus Milwaukee. So, that's who we got. And we got... Fourth on the list is Trae Young. He only had 39 fantasy points last game, but he did what he had to do. He is 11,600. He's a soul stud of the day, Trae Young. Expect him to bounce back and do a lot better than 39. There's no way Trae Young only gets 39 fantasy points. He is going to get 60 fantasy points at least. Next up, so he had 66, 56, 61, a couple of 40s, went 7 games with the Sixers. We had 7 brutal games. For the Sixers, it was very painful to watch the Hawks beat the Sixers. It was very painful. Next up, we have the Greek Freak, 67, 56 in the 60s. 50s and 60s every game, every time. He has $12,400. He's getting 11 and 10, 1.67 fantasy points per minute. He's projected at 63. Let's see some of his stats here. 2,000 minutes. He's getting a lot of minutes. His usage rate is 33%. All right. All these attempts, 626 field goals made, 2-pointers, 67 3-pointers. So he shoots a lot of 2s, not too many 3-pointers. But he makes 30% of his 3-pointers. He makes 69% of his free throws. He gets a bunch of rebounds, and his turnover ratio is 13%. He is the secondary stud of the day. I think I would rather save some. I will love to play both. We're going to try to play both Greek Freak and Trae Young. But if I would have to choose, I'm going to choose Trae Young because he's 11,600. He's a little tiny bit cheaper. Drew Holiday, 34, 47, 37. He is 9,400. He's getting 1.13 fantasy points per minute. He's a very viable option today. He's good for you. All right. And there's the rankings. All right. Then we have Chris Middleton. He had 2 straight monster games. He's very expensive. 10,000. He elevated both games in the East, went to 7 games series. The Nets got knocked off, and the Sixers. People thought it was going to be the Nets versus the Sixers, but it's now the Bucks versus the Hawks. Nobody really thought that was going to happen, and one big reason is Trae Young and Chris Middleton. Obviously Giannis, but another guy who's really helping out with the cause is Clint Capela. He is 8,600. He's a little expensive for only scoring 24, 30, and 19. He's not breaking out of the 30 shell. But today, he's projected to get 40 fantasy points. So for 8,600, he's definitely worth throwing in there. Now, you're going to have to keep your eye on Bogdanovich. He's dealing with a right knee soreness and will be a game time decision, so we won't know that until about the time of the game. So for now, I'm going to probably avoid him. He might take a day off. He is 6,400, projected at 30 fantasy points. Now, if you don't want to go with Clint Capela, you can go with John Collins. He was impressive last game. He had 40 fantasy points, 8,400. They're going to be at the Bucks. So, but that doesn't matter. As you could see with the Sixers and the Hawks consistently beat the Sixers at home. The Sixers had 4 home games. They damn near lost every home game. Poor Sixers. People in Philadelphia are very depressed right now. I'll tell you that. Did not expect that to happen. No, they did not. No, 3-point monster, Danilo Gianardi. He is only 6,000. I'm definitely throwing him in there. He's 6,000, but he's worth putting in there. So now we have a little bit more inexpensive players. Gianardi is getting 0.96 fantasy points per minute. Now we have Lou Williams. He's 2,600, 18-4, and he had that great 26 there. If he can get 18 to 26 fantasy points, which he's projected at 17, that's definitely going to pay off the $2,600. He's getting a fantasy point per minute. So, depending on how many minutes he gets, he usually gets about 17 minutes or so. He does not get a lion's share of the minutes. He gets far less than half the minutes that are available. So, but he's getting a fantasy point per minute, banging threes, knocking down shots. Next up, we have Lopez. He had a 42 last time. He had some 20s in there, but he's projected right there in the middle, average 27. He has 0.89 fantasy points per minute. He is projected at 37% to hit his 5-time value. So now down we have to worry. Deontay Hunter is out, undergoing season-ending meniscus surgery. That is a shame. Deontay, we have not seen him. He's missing the rest of the season. He was there all year. It's a shame there all year. Now you have Covington. He is 2,200. If he gets that 3, he will destroy your bracket. But if he gets 28, 22, even 16, so you have like a 3 out of 4 chance. If you play him 4 times, 1 time he's going to screw you over. And the other 3 times he's going to pay off because he's only 2,200. So I think we'll throw him in there. Herter, as we said. 2 straight 43, 43, 6, 23, and 5. He is 7,200. Now, a play that you can look at, well, he hasn't had anything. He's not projected at anything. He must not be playing. Bobby Portis, 2,400. We're probably going to avoid him. We can definitely go to PJ Tucker for 3,800. He had 30 fantasy points. He was just knocking down shots, and he was all over the place. Kevin Durant was there. He was laughing with Kevin Durant's mom. She was talking trash to PJ Tucker because he was smoking last game. He is only 3,800. He's a soul sleeper of the day. PJ Tucker. Definitely going to have him in my lineups today. Definitely. All right, so we have down here we have Forbes. He hasn't done much. Solomon Hill, nothing. He's just a body on the court as of late. He is good. He's a good player, but lately he hasn't been really doing much. Justin Jackson hasn't done much, and the rest. All right, let's see some lineups, and we'll go. Here are the Fanduel plays. So we have Giannis is 16,500. Clint Capela is 11,000. Okay. And then this for Fanduel. Then you have Trae Young down 3rd slot. He's the sole stud of the day. He is 15,000. You can save 1,500. I think he could easily get 60 fantasy points. He had 63 and 258s. He can bust out of this projection, this 47 projection easily. He can easily get out of it. Middleton is hitting his projection way over. 56, 69, 40. Drew Holiday, 32, 49, 35, 30, 22. John Collins, 39. And then added at 17, but add another 39. Here are the Fanduel lineups first. Then we'll go right into Draftkings and Yahoo. One lineup with Trae Young in it. So, I'd rather have Trae Young there. Middleton. If I can put Leonardo, because I want to try to get John Hall and Brooke. PJ Tucker. There you go. Trae Young, Middleton, Gallinardi, Collins, Tucker, and if you fade out Giannis, Holiday, Capela, Herter. Try to get Giannis and Trae Young in. You would just get rid of Herter, go PJ Tucker, and Covington and Collins. You do something like this if you want to put both those two stars together. Here's DraftKings. This is a 2-game slate. This will have lineups for Wednesday and Thursday in it, not just Tuesday, not just Wednesday. This is the main slate. You have Reggie Jackson, Beverly. You can play that. Alright. This is the 1-game slate. That was the main slate, the 2-game slate for Wednesday. This is the onesie showdown. Go there, you can go there, here. What you want, you can go either one. Go Middleton here. It might be hard to do this, but you could do it. I'll probably avoid Portis, but this is a pretty good lineup right there. I think we will go with something like that for DraftKings. Let's do these 4 lineups. So we're going to try to go Middleton, Freak, Young. Now we have to go down. You're going to have to go Lou Williams. You're going to have to go PJ Tucker. And you're going to have Forbes. So that's one lineup. We'll leave money on the table. So how much money? I doubt we can go like this. You can do this. There's enough money on the table to do it like that. So you can go like that. Now, if we want to go Collins, then go stud. Now you have 4,000 on average. If we want to go Leonardi, Covington, and go Tucker. Go try Holiday. Bang, bang. It's easy to get those 2 in. Bang. Tucker. And we don't want to go Cam Reddish, so Lopez. And we can try to get him out and put Lou Williams in there. And for Yahoo, I will try to fit him in. Now, down here, I will go cheaper. Tucker. I have Gianardi. I have 40 right here. I can put anybody in there. I don't even have to put Tucker in. I can put Herder in. Oh, yeah, yeah, I'll go Collins there. Okay, and then we'll try again. Alright, so let's go bang. You can go bang, bang. Easily get those three in there. Bang. You can't do this. So you can go. I probably wouldn't want to cut Middleton out. So to Tucker. I really would hope Tucker goes off. And we can try again. Something without Tucker. So, we'll try Trae Young. Try him. We want Capela. Bang. Bang. Get him out. Maybe Capela has a good game. Bang. Let's try that. Let's try one more. Greek up top. Greek Young. With Greek Young, those are the top two that you're going to have. So you can alternate these two with different spots. But then you're going to have to find the star. So the star is either Middleton, Capela, could be Collins. So if it's Collins, you have a lot left over. You probably don't want to play Hill, Dunn, Goodwin, any of them guys going down that way. You have average of 21. Play any of these guys here. So we can get him in there. Yes, you can do this. Bang! Look at that. That is it. There we go. It's a Soul Fantasy Show. Soul Fan Show.